The Ryback Show starts now. Welcome to the Ryback Show. Friday Live, I am the big guy, Ryback. Thank you for joining me. I was trying to get through that. It wasn't happening. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, I didn't cuss right off the bat for TikTok. We're streaming live TikTok and Instagram, guys. The big guy, Ryback 22. And YouTube, Twitch at Ryback Rules, which Twitch does not get a lot of views, which oddly enough, after WWE signed their deal with Twitch, my account does not get any traction whatsoever, but it is what it is. We do get a little bit of traction elsewhere, so that's where we try to focus on the positive, acknowledge the negative, and try to get the negative fixed. So that's what we're working at. Here, as always, the Ryback Show presented by Feed Me More Nutrition. You can save 20% all the time, guys, just simply listening to this show. You don't even have to listen to the show. But for listening to the show, discount code Ryback Show 20 to save 20% on all your orders for Feed Me More Nutrition on feedmemore.com. Let's get down to business. Let's have a great day. A lot of good stuff going on. Guys, I'm super pumped. Talk to you guys about some stuff today and try to answer your questions. Health, fitness, supplementation, nutrition, mindset, that hungry mindset, and pro wrestling. You know, see what comes up. I'm currently en route to getting as shredded as humanly possible. I talked about it on the new feeding time video today. Guys, I'm actually going to crack open a nice cold Zevia here. The zero sodium in these, by the way. Refreshing cola. Don't worry, guys. I'm not getting paid for this. This is just, I love these. I've worked with them many times, though, and anticipate working with them much more, actually. But I will promote that stuff regardless because I like it, and it's way better than the regular soda out there. So I'm drastically reducing my sodium. I have always consumed a higher amount of sodium, and my body is very efficient at sweating, and because I work out very hard, so I've always gotten away with it. By getting away with it, I mean I've always had great blood pressure. Of all the times I've ever gotten it checked, I think there's only been like 2 or 3 times where it was slightly elevated, where it wasn't even of concern to them. But again, I look back at things and I go, no matter how lean I get, I've always held on to a bit more water. And I've always been aware of sodium, but I've never really cared because I always thought I eliminated it very, very well by how active I was. And when I was wrestling in WWE, I would do the sauna every day. And that the saunas are fantastic at getting rid of sodium, lowering your blood pressure. So I have a lot of good habits. But that I look at things and how can I get better with everything going on? I'm obsessed about getting rid of all the inflammation in my body. I want to be my all-time best coming back. I want to look better than I've ever looked. I want to show the world I've done 10 and a half months vegan, that you could build more muscle, have better endurance, and be better on the vegan diet. And I'm looking at things, and I was like, I got to count my sodium. And I didn't want to because I was afraid. I go, it's going to be ridiculously high. I already know it. Even doing just 4 meals a day, because I love those damn liquid aminos, which I tossed them out. Oh, that was a tough decision. That was tough. Just a moment of silence for the liquid aminos, guys. Anyways, those liquid aminos, those son of a bitches, they have 360, I believe, milligrams of sodium in it, guys, per serving. You know how many servings are in a bottle of the liquid aminos? Just one of those little medium bottles? 92 or 96 servings. I'd easily go through a quarter of a bottle a day at times. So a quarter of a bottle sometimes. Okay? I do the math off the top of my head real quick. A bottle has over 30-something thousand milligrams, right? So that there's a good chance I'm getting between 7,000 and 8,000 milligrams of sodium from liquid aminos, not counting the plant-based meats that have a lot of sodium in it, which I've cut back on because they are processed. I do like those still, but now I've cut down what I'm using, and I found the other protein sources, my seitan, that doesn't have sodium. So anyways, my sodium was between 8 and 12,000 milligrams on most days, probably higher on days that I did a feeding time video eating out, especially the older ones. So, my God. So I go, how the hell have I? So I'm now consuming around 2,500 milligrams of sodium a day. This is day 2 on this. And I already am noticing a huge difference. I have no doubt, because I know there were times when I was wrestling when I go, why? I'm like, I was so lean and more vascular. It was because I was doing the saunas and my diet would fluctuate based on where I was eating. And like the days that my sodium was lower, I would lean up even more. And it was all just luck of the draw, where now having control over it and strategically going to be doing the sauna more and getting this sodium down and consistently keeping it 2,500 milligrams, which isn't going to always be easy, but it's very doable. And I've already like, I've got the foods and I know what I got to do, but sodium's something we got to be aware of, because so as high as my amounts are, that's like what the average American eats. Granted, I was cooking all my meals at home and all these fresh fruits and vegetables, but other things that I was using, you use ranch or ketchup. Ketchup has 150 milligrams per teaspoon. Ain't none of us using a teaspoon of ketchup. And if you are, more power to you, but I never was. I'm squirting that ketchup all in. Oh, it's tomatoes. It's good for me. Even though, and I wasn't using that much, but definitely probably a few servings. So that's 450 milligrams in ketchup alone. You see how easy it is to quickly go over that? Just a waterlog. It's amazing I've even had any muscle definition over the years. So I'm cutting back and on my water, and I anticipate I'm going to be the most ripped professional wrestler in the history of the business. Probably within 2 months is going to be the goal, and maybe not the most ripped, but I think I'm going to look a lot better in all seriousness. So, which I posted a photo today on Instagram and got people. I love posting those. Those photos do very well for Feed Me More Nutrition, by the way. But that photo, these are going to be my Flex Friday progress pics. I just got out of the shower, nice hot shower. I have my towel with me that I'm about to dry off with. I'm like, I'm going to take a photo and start this progress pic. Boy, you want to trigger people. Well, on top of all the love, it's great for the ladies. Let me tell you, go look at who likes the comments. You got to appeal to all audiences, by the way, guys. But I was talking with my friend about this. This is what I always appreciate, are the people that get mad and like, gay, you're gay, that's sus, bro. Oh, man, gross. Here's the fascinating thing to me. And I'm going to just explain. I've explained this before. When you people do this, guys, so Instagram, I pop up on your feed. Big naked Ryback with the towel covering Ryback, right? And your brain goes, oh my God, that's so gay. Fuck. Oh, that's gross. Click. And then you click on it. Right then and there, guys, you tell Instagram you love that shit. You tell the Instagram algorithm you can't get enough of big, meaty guys. You love looking at the big, meaty guys. You want to see their pecs. You want to see their ripped abs, their big thunder thighs, those ripped thighs, big calves, towel in front of the Johnson. You tell Instagram you like that. But then you go one step further, guys. You guys never cease to amaze the big guy. You guys then tell the Instagram algorithm you like it even more by commenting your negative comment. So then even by chance you are smart enough to go, I don't like this. This post, I didn't learn anything from the sodium part of it. I just saw a guy with a towel that's less revealing than wrestling pics, by the way, with guys in underwear. There's nothing you can see. There's a towel in front, but you can see the progress of the body, and it's going to get more ripped week after week. But you don't see any of that. You don't see the post or the content of what it's actually about. And if you do happen to block, you're still going to get so much more photos than showing up on your timeline. You're going to hit that search button and you're going to be like, why there's all these naked guys? Click. Oh, God, gross. Oh, more. I want to see more of these. So guys, if you see something you don't like on social media, this is where we're getting to. Here's the lesson of the day. Simply do not click on it. And if you by chance you do, just backtrack out, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Go focus on what you like. Go click on the chicks. Go watch those hot chicks with the Bible quotes, whatever it is, guys. But when you click and comment and you think it's gay, because that's how your brain registered it. I don't know if I made you feel something or not with that big guy body looking good after that hot shower. Just leave. That's me helping you guys. This stuff cannot affect me at all. I'm in such a good place. I'm a businessman. I get attention and I try to help people in the process. You poor lost souls out there, I'm trying to give you a fighting chance. I know you don't want to see those timelines of all the big hunky meaty guys with their pecs bouncing up and down on your timeline. We know you don't want to be out in public opening that stuff up. You guys, because you get your girlfriend and she's on your phone one day. She wants to share your phone and you let her and she's on your Instagram. And she's like, babe, there's a lot of like dudes like that are like in underwear and stuff, like, or like with towels. Like, what's up with that? And then she's going to put it together, guys. She's probably going to leave you shortly thereafter. So, all right. Lesson of the day, big guy, people helping people. All right. Okay. Let's get on to the questions. What's going on? Netherlands, what's up? What do I think? Yeah, those slap contests, guys, are pretty damn brutal. I mean, they're fun to watch. And I do think having a beard, I think growing your beard out as thick as possible does help. Everyone I see that's really good has a big, thick beard. And they're usually super, super heavyweights. But that stuff is, whoo. Guys, that is not how I would want to make a living. I don't know about you guys. The brain damage alone, man. But that stuff is, you're letting people hit you. There's no, having a big neck helps with that because it's a shock absorber. But man, you're dealing with the brain and taking shots. There's only so many of those you could take too with that. That'd be, hats off to anybody that does it, that truly makes a living doing that. You got to be special to do that in a way. Like, just like you got to be like, just where you don't care. I feel like pain or just in general, as far as like where, I want to be able to form sentences and be able to talk. And so that stuff is definitely intense. I don't know about the JBL bullying stuff. He never bullied me. He was always very sweet to me, very nice. So I don't know. I can't comment on anything other than he was very, very nice to me. And we talked a bit, but not a lot, but when he was out at the commentary desk. Yeah, the slapping contests definitely are causing brain damage. There's no doubt. And there's very little money in that, I would say, for the majority. I don't even know how much money the guys can make. But, I mean, it's a very risky way to make money. And once the brain stuff starts, you're done after that. So, but no, don't get me wrong. Those guys, man, you're letting people willingly hit you. That is a skill, though, to have the courage to stand there and let a 400-pound mountain bear man named Grizzly just paw you as hard as he can. That one, the most intense video I've ever seen was the big dude. Is it the Russian dude with that the little tattooed kid? And it is, talk about throwing somebody into the shark tank. That kid had a set on him to take that, man. He was out. What do we got going on? What questions do we got going on? As far as pro wrestling goes, yeah, the dirt sheets guys, that's what so their job is to get clicks and they get money through the ads that they put on their page. So their job is to get as much traffic to their websites as possible. They have chosen to do it in not saying every single one of them, but the majority post untrue things, they make up lies, and they play to a portion of that audience that isn't, and this is just a fact, isn't intelligent enough to know what's true or not true, nor do they care, right? It attracts a very negative minded person overall. Not always, nothing's ever always, but overall. And they are easily manipulated, and it's not good business. That's why the best thing to do is just stay away from it. And I tell you guys, for you people that watch pro wrestling, you will enjoy the product so much more if you quit reading about the stuff online. You will truly be excited to see what you're going to see. And not saying you're going to love everything, but you would be amazed at how much more enjoyable your viewing experience will be watching. Imagine, guys, let's just give an example here. Hockey playoffs are a relevant thing right now. The Golden Knights are in the playoffs. What if, and before every Golden Knights game, I go on hockeybuzz.com, I popped myself on that one. Hockeybuzz.com, and I go, I want to, they have the game, they have a, Miss Cleo is able to give you the details of the game in advance. Right? And Miss Cleo's in tune with what she gives her a whole detailed recap that's always 100% true. Stay with the story for the sake of the story. And I read the entire game, play by play, puck pass by puck pass, goal for goal. And then I go watch that 3-hour game after. Do you think I'm going to enjoy that game knowing that the Knights lost 3-2 or they get blown out 10-0? You know what I'm saying? You do that with the wrestling by reading, Game of Thrones, acting. You read the entire thing before the season premiere. You read all the dirt sheets, the spoilers, the cheat, whatever you want to call them, the cliff notes of the shows, and then you go and try to watch the show. You're not going to enjoy it nearly as much. You might still enjoy it, but not nearly as much. And that's where I think you got to have some self-control, and it's like, and just stop reading this stuff. And you would be amazed. Like, you read the stuff, you hear who's coming back, you see what happens. So you've read what happens on the show, and then you're upset that that's what happens on the show, that it didn't mysteriously change from the spoilers coming out. You're the spoiler. You're ruining it for yourself. Stop it. And I promise you'll enjoy it way more. People helping people. Super chat. Arcade Chaos, thank you very much, my man. That is a large coffee from Starbucks. Did I miss any other super? We have a Crystal Bowman. Thank you very much, Crystal. I thought I saw a few come up earlier. Let me see if I missed another one. Yep, we got one more here. Jabroni for life. Do you think Ahmed Johnson should be in the WWE Hall of Fame? Great question. I remember being young, and when Ahmed Johnson came on the scene, I loved him as a kid. I thought he had a hell of a presence. And I think, too, a lot of people forget, you'll hear people say, like, oh, he wasn't any good or this and that, or whoever you're talking about. We hear it with everyone. People just, right? Kids watch wrestling a different way than what some adults watch wrestling, right? And there's different styles, and all you have to do is be good at your style. And that's what they preach, especially on drawing money. Get good at one style, and like, you can be good at other things, but if you could really try to be the best at that one style, you can make a lot of money. And Shawn Michaels told that to me directly, and I've talked about that story on how he helped me stop the bullshit and really focus on just being the best hybrid power wrestler on the planet. And it really, I felt it was of great use, that advice to me. Probably some of the best advice I've ever gotten. And Ahmed Johnson, made a hell of an impact. I don't know the time frame that he was in WWE. Looking back, I know it wasn't overly long with that, but I mean, he was a memorable on-screen character when I was growing up. And then I know, obviously, I think he showed up in WCW many years later, and we're going to go ahead and toss him. You're out of here. But I thought he had a hell of a look and presence. And obviously that was just a kid watching that there. And I always enjoyed the stuff he was involved in. You know, I've heard other people that wrestled around with him. I don't know what the story is. I mean, the Hall of Fame deal is, I'd say, yeah. I don't understand the Hall of Fame thing. If you look at the people who get inducted, there's so many different things that you can get inducted for, where it's like, essentially, it's like, who don't you induct into the Hall of Fame unless it's a very short run? But anybody of any notable time frame of being up there 3 years plus, and maybe even less, I would say, because it's physical acting and they're playing roles. And you shouldn't have to be a physical actor for 20 years to be in the Hall of Fame, or you know what I mean? And it's the memories and the stories you're involved in and how you play those roles. So, and I thought he played those roles as believable as anybody. Thomas, but great question, Ahmed. And I don't know him, and I'm sure I love pro wrestling, man. Pro wrestlers, I could just speak from what I saw as a kid, and I loved it. Be right back. Did you ever? Oh, that wasn't the question I wanted. Yeah, I've wrestled Cully. I just posted it on my Instagram yesterday. Shell shocked his ass. I love the great Cully, man. Hell of a guy. I like him, man. He doesn't put up with shit from anyone either. That's why I think I like him so much. I have a good time when I'm with him. The Dunkin', my thoughts on Dunkin' Donuts coffee was one of the questions. Yeah, I like their Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I usually the turbo. You know what? By the way, today I was going to get a coffee with a shot of a red eye at Starbucks, and I completely forgot. I was going to go for a real high energy kick, but it's probably a good thing because I've had a ton of energy all day. I don't need any more. But yeah, I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I don't like it as much as Starbucks, though. Starbucks has whatever the deal is with Starbucks coffee from when I was on the road wrestling in WWE. Starbucks coffee is a sense of comfort for me. It's like walking into it's like, here's the thing too, when you're living on the road for so long, I would go to places that are the same, like everywhere you go, like walk into a Walgreens anywhere in the country. And it's pretty much the same layout. And like, it would give me a sense of comfort. I would go to a lot of Applebee's because they were all very similar. The Applebee's, and it would remind me of Applebee's at home, or like, so I would find these things that would give me comfort. The taste of Starbucks coffee is the same everywhere, and it would give me a sense of comfort, so that I think is instilled in my brain because that's always what I got. So that's why I'm a Starbucks guy, and I'm pretty sure they lace it with a very small amount of cocaine. That's a good question. Why do you ask one question and ramble on for like an hour? Well, considering we talk about 30 or 40 things on here, I think I talk about quite a few more things than just one thing for an hour. But thank you for coming on. This is a fan-friendly interactive show. It is a talk show. My job is to talk to you guys and to elaborate, and while doing it, try to be as entertaining as humanly possible. So my suggestion is, if it's not your cup of tea, I'm completely okay with that. And I'd say, just go watch something else, man. Don't let me bring you down. Don't let the big guy get your feelings hurt. Why are you watching, man? Come on, dude. Light it up a doobie. Chill out, dude. Life is good, man. What you got to be angry about, man? The sun is out. You're alive. You're breathing. Light up that joint, a little RVD, CBD, a little weed. Weed me more. Go out by the pool with some hot chicks. Maybe the fat chicks, whatever you're into, man. And just enjoy life. Get me off your screen and get the F out of here. I don't think I lifted. I didn't lift up. Good question. But when I wrestled Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins at Money in the Bank 2012 or 13, was it 2012? Yeah. I don't believe I double shell shocked them. I don't even think we started. I don't know if we started. Did we start the double shell shock yet? I no doubt know I could have. Those guys were very good with their bodies as well. Or did I? I thought I just shell shocked Rex, if I'm not. But I think maybe I didn't. Maybe I did do both of them. I've wrestled them multiple times. Did I? I don't even remember who I've double shell shocked these days. I sound like Dusty Rhodes. That's a good compliment. He was a master of the promo. Dakota says, I'm into fat chicks. Nothing wrong with that, man. Everybody needs loving. The best thing you could do if you find yourself an overweight woman and you actually help better herself and get herself in shape, I mean, you'll have a very loyal wife for, well, maybe not. It's 2021. She'll probably get really smoking hot and leave you. But, I mean, it's worth a shot. I'm not familiar on anything going on with Zach and the other guy. I think it's great though. I love Zach. I don't know the other guy. You guys, I'm sitting at home doing a talk show. Telling me to retire is not going to stop anything. I'm going to come back. I can't wait to come back. I'm so pumped. I'm going to come back more jacked than ever, more shredded. And I'm going to constantly post naked photos on Instagram with the towel, which isn't naked. It's with a towel. You got to be no towel to be naked. But, well, my body's naked. I'm not in clothing. But yeah, I'm going to, whenever they do, hopefully on my action figures, I'm going to ask for a naked action figure with a towel. And then that way your kids buy those and put those in their bedroom. And you're just like, oh, Ryback. That's my goal. If your heart rate is 125 beats per minute, what does that mean? It means either you're doing some form of conditioning, you're extremely nervous, or you're in the presence of a smoking hot babe. Anthony Robbins, welcome. The brain feed supplement, man. I love it. I take it every morning. I'm actually been off of it. I got to order more stuff myself. Our Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner, by the way, is also en route to fulfillment. It should be arriving either Monday or Tuesday at the latest. I think it's probably going to be Tuesday because it's 3-day shipping. And it went out yesterday. So all the pre-orders on the Shell Shock will be going out. And I got to put another order in. But yeah, I love the brain feed. I take it every morning. It stacks great, like I said, with the Wake Up Unlimited Energy or the Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner. And it's a more powerful alpha brain with the addition of ginkgo biloba and teacrine, which teacrine is really, really good for energy that is a non-caffeine energy source, non-jitters, but it also enhances the effects of caffeine. So it's a very, very, very cool supplement. It will help with your focus and just I look at little things like that as just mental clarity, just giving yourself every little edge you can in a day where we have a lot of distractions. I always pop it and then do my morning work for hours on end off of it. So it's great stuff, man. And it's much cheaper than Alpha Brain, and it's better ingredients overall. And Alpha Brain's great. I love Alpha Brain, but it's a superior product to that and a much better value. Guys, I'm not making money trolling wrestling marks. I make money having a business and killing myself to set up this beautiful system that everything I do is tied into my business. You guys, and like in the process, I want to help as much people and I want to promote my hungry mindset as I'm overcoming needing a 5-disc fusion and shoulder replacement after 19 stem cell procedures, endless hours of rehab and scar tissue work, seeing 3 therapists a week, getting my shoulder worked on, 3-hour massage sessions until the massage therapist can't handle it. And I have to cut it down to 2 hours for her so she can massage other people. Like I am like this is right now is the most key moment in my entire life that is setting me up for the rest of my life in massive ways. And we're going to look back at all this, and everything I've said is 100% true, and I backed it up, everything I've said. And we're going to see it. And there's no doubt. And the hard part's over. Now we're in the fourth quarter, and now we're marching ahead, and I'm getting bigger, better, stronger, and faster. I'm constantly learning and evolving on how to better myself physically and mentally. Baby, things are going to be good. I can't wait. I don't need to troll anybody, though. I'm just myself. I don't here's the other thing. So many pro wrestling fans have such a hard time. Like a lot of you can't look at guys outside of how you view them as pro wrestlers. Guys, it's physical fucking acting. You got to get out of that, man. Do you just simply look at as an actor in one role? And dude, some guys get typecast and play a role really well, right? And maybe that's where wrestling blurs the lines a little bit. But like we're telling you, like there's so much more to pro wrestling. And it's like just because somebody's a pro wrestler doesn't mean that they can't do anything else. It's it's something that truly fascinates me with how some of the fans are with it. And like, it's one of those just head scratchers with that, where like people like, oh, you can't talk about that because you're a pro wrestler. Well, what do you mean, Steve? What does that have to do? Like, I don't understand it, but it's not my job. I just keep doing me, and I'm going to shove it down your throat whether you like it or not. What else we got going on? Let me see here. We've talked about the Braun Strowman stuff. I'm a giant Pokemon evolving. Yeah, Charles, this is a good question. Do you honestly think you can have a great career at your age? If so, you think it's possible to start a wrestling career at the age of 38? And what would be the hurdles? I think anything's possible. So for one, do I think I could have a great career at my age? I don't know if that's in reference. I've already had a great career, and I think my career is only going to get better. I haven't even hit my prime yet. I was hurt in my prime years, and I was hurt the entire time I wrestled. I'm not in pain anymore. I'm so much better than I was, and now it's just getting the remaining scar tissue. Best years are ahead of me. Not worried, and being vegan, like the hands of time have been turned back, and I will prove that concept when my time comes to prove that concept. As far as somebody getting into pro wrestling at 38, 39 years old, if they've never done it, DDP started very late, but he was in the business and he knew the guys, and it's never too late if you have the right mindset and go all out with it. But if you don't, then yeah, like it's, you know what I mean? Like if you're like, oh, I'm going to start doing some indie shows and like I'm not going to really train and work out, not going to watch my diet. I don't have a real game plan. I'm just going to kind of just go do some crazy shit every weekend and drink beers with the guys after, and then shit talk everyone that like makes it to TV. Like if you do that, man, like you're not, you're going to get what you put in on that. But if you come up with a solid game plan, you've got a great look and the ability is there, and you have great conditioning, and there's a lot of these, and you're hell bent on making it. Age is not, as long as you're physically fine and take care of yourself, anything's possible. Is it harder? Are the odds against you based off of what we've seen? Yeah. But, Boogeyman, I think, was 40 when he got started on Tough Enough. And I think the Boogeyman is probably the best example of somebody, even more so than DDP, because Boogie had no experience in pro wrestling and went up there and got the Boogeyman character and faced a lot of adversity. And I'm super proud of that guy. He's now almost being like he had an incredible little run up there, man, and captivated millions of people, and is a very memorable character. And I believe he'll be in the Hall of Fame eventually as well. But Uh, yeah, it's like, yeah, guys, that's what that's the other thing too. Guys like Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, all these guys, you guys, by the way, when we were watching WCW, were way older they weren't in their 30s. I laugh at all of this. Like, your best years as a pro wrestler are usually your 40 to 50. And that's always kind of been, if you're like, it's where you can make the most money and like you got the experience and, so I laugh when I hear that. I'm like, by the way, AJ Styles was like 40 something when he debuted in WWE. Nobody ever like, oh, he's too old. Shut up and get out of here. Especially for people that have already done it and already rode the bike. It's once you get it and you learn how to ride a bike, and that it's the same thing with that. It's just being in shape and conditioning, working on it a little bit when you're there and doing and going out there and killing it. I always liked wrestling Tensai. I've shell shocked him many times. We've talked about that a million times. That stuff happens. There were literally 2 or 3 times in my whole career of doing thousands of power moves. Brock Lesnar fell over trying to F5 the Big Show. I don't know. Do you guys message Brock on that? Like, and I know you're not trying to like, you're just asking a question, but I go like, man, I used to catch guys off the top rope all the time. What? Mark Henry fell over trying to catch Sin Cara multiple times with like all this stuff. I'm like, not like, go watch like what I did consistently, man. I'm proud of my body of work on all of that. And, a couple hiccups, my fault. And it is what it is. I've never been afraid to strike out or to fail. I would have to be pulled back. I'd be like, no, let's try. I remember WWE didn't want me to try to do the 3 guys. Hunter, he was like, you can't do it. He goes, it's too risky. And I was just adamant. Like, I was like, I could do it. I like the challenge because I like being able to, I like that pressure. But like I get why they don't, because it was early on. It was a good call because you don't want to have too many things, But like, I go all out. I'm not afraid of failure. That's why I think I'm successful. I'm not afraid of failure. I'm done with the young and dumb guys. Give me the old and experienced veterans. Jay cries, hear me out. RVD and Ryback as a tag team. RVD getting stoned and comes in Ryback with the pun, feed me more because of the munchies. Rob has a shirt too that has the weed me more. I popped when I saw that shirt. I love Rob, man. I like Rob has found a way to create a business around his passion as well, like I am with the supplements. I love seeing that, man. I think we're going to see more and more guys figure out their passions outside of wrestling and learn how to turn it into businesses. Oh, thank you very much, man. I always know I'm well aware, and the people I've wrestled are well aware. So I'm not too. I think that's why in my following, I don't think I'm underappreciated. I think people know. I think there's some people you just see the hate. All the greats get hate, guys. All of them. And when I'm back, I'm going to get a massive level of love and a massive level of hate. I've had it my whole career, and that's what you get when you do that. People have insecurities or get upset, and they want to spread hate, and not everyone's going to be your favorite. And like that is a good thing to be able to be polarizing, though. And that's why too. Like the people that get mad at me that will say retire, you actually just help because you give attention. Any wrestling promotion, you can say, oh, for whatever reason, you go, okay, we can't use this guy as a babyface. Just say for whatever reason that's what you do. His run is too risky doing a babyface. You've got a heel that's a layup. If you got that much real hate, if that's what you're going to focus on, right? So the attention is what they don't understand is the great thing, being able to get it regardless. And that energy is all processed the same way with me. Right. Google continue. Ryback, do you have any suggestions on how to reduce tiredness? I constantly feel tired. I don't know why. I've started eating healthy and sleeping at good times, but I still get tired. Why is this? Again, I don't know if you're consuming any artificial sweeteners or colors. I don't know what your food, if you're eating, if like, so again, eating animal products and dairy typically will make you feel sluggish. And so you might think you're eating healthy. You might be eating processed foods that have certain ingredients in it that are not ideal for you. I would say you need to also make sure if you're not consuming, you need to be consuming maybe an iron supplement or a whole food multivitamin, and also maybe an oral B12 supplement that with stevia you can get on Amazon. And what you do is you take those and you take it, the iron and the multivitamin, about 90 minutes away from caffeine. Oftentimes people don't realize that they're taking their vitamins with coffee or some sort of energy thing, and that blocks the absorption of specifically the iron of that. Now, on the contrary, B12 is better absorbed with caffeine, which is why we got the B12 packed in the Wake Up Unlimited Energy with that. I'd say check that out too, man, with Feed Me More Nutrition. There's no crash with it, and the energy lasts for a long time. I think that I take it a full scoop, rounded scoop every morning, and I just go all day long with that. And I have my coffee, like I said, in the afternoon, usually a couple of them, or one in the smaller K-cup one. But like that's just, I love coffee. I have energy all day though, and I think that will help. But I would say fix our food, we fix our mood. Maybe throwing in some more fruits and vegetables, select ones, and having a little more diverse diet. Micronutrients are very, very important for our energy. And if we are neglecting those by eating a lot of processed foods that are stripped of that stuff, you're not doing yourself any favors. You might think you're getting your calories, you're getting your macronutrients. You got to get the micronutrients. Just as important, I feel, for really, really, really maximizing our energy. I get lab work done typically twice a year on that. But like I said, my blood pressure, everything's always good. I'm just looking to improve. I want to improve. I want to drop water. I've always held a little bit of water in my legs, even when they're leaner. And I know I can get more shredded. And I didn't realize, I think too, in cooking at home, and it's always been high, my sodium content. It was just something I'm looking at as I'm feeling better and better. And I'm really, really hell-bent, like I said, coming back and showing people I feel I have a purpose deeper than just myself and a responsibility with the world and promoting the vegan diet. And for men to understand that it makes us more manly and better just in every way possible. And it's better for the planet. It's better for the animals with everything going on with the agricultural farming and factory farming and all that. We gotta make some changes. And I think the being a leader by example and showing at the highest level with this and overcoming, like I said, all these injuries and getting the inflammation in my shoulder all the way gone. I'm just, everything is, I'm looking at, it just makes sense. And so I have a very deep hunger inside of me right now to just really, and with everything going on with WWE, guys, and I'm using that as very positive motivation. There's a lot of shit going on with that company that I've used in very beneficial, positive ways. But like with the lawsuit going on with the trademark and what they're trying to do to my social media and what they have done, guys, it's very personal. So you bet your ass I'm coming back more hungry than ever and with a goddamn purpose. And I'm going to be even louder when I'm back. I promise you that. And I think it's going to be a lot more fun pro wrestling, quite frankly. Justin Hall, man, still, what's up? I sent a DM on Twitter to Obama. Thank you, man. We got it. The Twitter, I'm blown away by the. So I've checked with my source, who also has another verification in, and they said that as of right now, that one, and it's over 2 months old. He goes, it's still open. They haven't made a decision on it, but they made the decision on my verification through the account where they denied me and said I don't meet the criteria to be verified. With no, which I messaged back, I go, can you please elaborate on exactly how I don't fit the criteria, to no response once again. I've never lied to you guys. I've posted the sheets of them wanting my social media. You guys know how the company is. Do you really think it's some just outlandish thing to think that they wanted my social media, the only pro wrestler to ever wrestle for them, that they wanted their social media? You got to ask yourself, what makes me so special? Oh, maybe it's because they know what they did to stop me when I was red hot. They know what I'm capable of. They know that I talk with a lot of what they've done to me. They know what they have done to me, right? Do you think it's that outlandish? They go, oh, we can't get, he's not going to give us his accounts. Well, these companies we work with, we'll just see if they can shadow ban him and suppress him. I show the proof all the time of 0.5% to the 1%, even though I'll have engagement of 10%, which is way above the 0.5% average. Multiple times, I just see engagement 5%, 6%, 7%, and my tweet is seen by 1% of the people. So I'm going to keep shoving it down their throats until something is done, because by being quiet, nothing will get done. And I know that because I was quiet for years and they just ignored my request. I have to make as much noise, and I need people to retweet them and to tweet them as much as possible. Jack at verified at Twitter support, and just continue to let them know. And I got to get that verification, and I got to, more importantly, get my impression rate fixed so that people see my content. So you don't understand. That prevents me from growth in anything that I do for the rest of my life if that's not fixed. I need to get that fixed. And I will. I'm confident I will. Yeah, if you're having trouble losing weight, you got a basal metabolic rate calculator. You got to understand how many calories you need per day. You got to make a conscious effort to change your diet and to increase your activity level as well. And you should be able to lose weight if you make those changes. And I will tell you too, watching your sodium content is something that I've learned will help you drop water and improve your physique drastically. So. Christian White, thank you for the super chat. What was it like being a part of Nexus? Great times, great guys, a lot of fun, man. And I very thankful that we got to have some really cool memories really early on in our careers. This is a great question. Honestly, too. So Mark goes, please answer me why you honestly think any company would want you. You can't even keep 100 viewers on YouTube. So just we got 117, 116 live right now on that. That's not the amount. These will get thousands of views on multiple platforms, typically where they'll end up between 20, 30, 40,000 listens, views combined, which is very good, by the way, and being suppressed still on a lot of these different platforms. So I look at it like that. On a live, a lot of people don't get the notifications when you go live. So you don't get, and if you look, my followers, this number has been like this, even when my subscribers were at 100,000, and now we're about to hit 340,000, and that don't go up. So what does that tell you? It's the same thing like Twitter. The impressions are kept at a very low rate, where it's actually amazing the numbers that I'm able to do. And, if you look at my YouTube, my videos of feeding time, we have the hot dog video that just did 154,000 views in a week on that. I've got some in the millions. I got others at high hundreds of thousands being suppressed. That is fantastic. That is more than the majority of any pro wrestler. There's some better with that, but for somebody that hasn't been on TV in over 5 years and being suppressed, those numbers are very good. I'm also one of only 3 wrestlers, The Rock, Lana, and me, with over 1 million followers on TikTok. So, and that was in 16 months. So I would say I'm extremely valuable. And I know so because of conversations and of other things going on, that if you choose to believe and have a negative mindset and look at things and, oh, he has 100 viewers on a live on that I'm streaming on multiple platforms on right now, and then available on all podcast platforms. But you're looking at something like, oh, he has only 100 something people in here right now, which you're incapable of even presenting a fact, because you said I can't even keep 100 and we got 117. So instantly you dismiss yourself as somebody with intelligence. That's why, my friend, I'm the motherfucking big guy. Absolutely not on that whole wrestling thing. I'm not a fan of theirs or that guy one bit. I think they're toxic to the wrestling community, and I've seen enough information to know that. And that guy, I will have a conversation with that guy when I see him in person, and that's a fact. Yeah, Jerry, everything is revolving around the Ryback trademark, unfortunately. And it's like I said, focus on the positives. I'm drawing and doing my stuff. But they've gone out of their way to try to stop me on a lot of platforms. It's very, I'm not making it up. And you can see TikTok's the one platform I'm not suppressed on. And you see the difference. Instagram has improved this last few months. And I don't know what changed. I'm being seen by more people. Nothing has changed on my content. I'm just being seen now by a better percentage than I was. It's up a couple notches than it was. Ryback versus Cody Rhodes in AEW, make it happen. You never say never. Do I see similarities with myself and the Ultimate Warrior? I think you can find similarities in a lot of people. I'm just myself. I never knew the Ultimate Warrior. I watched him a little bit, but I didn't know a lot about him. I don't know, like I said, like on any of the stuff. I think wrestling fans always like to compare. I'm like, well, who are you comparing me to? Because it's like, it's one I'm Goldberg, one I'm Ultimate Warrior. Other people, oh, he's just an RVD, jacked up RVD. I mean, well, who is it? You know, I'm Ryback. And I think if that's what makes guys individuals is if they're able to have traits of some of the all-time greats. I think that's how you become an individual great yourself. And you have these traits of these great people that remind you of them. So I don't know as far as the Warrior. I don't know enough. I've seen things attitude-wise and where I don't think we're anything alike on certain things, and I'm not into the political thing or anything like that. So I don't know. I think also my sense of humor is much more. I'm not afraid to. I'm into comedy and trying to be funny and getting laughs and being silly. I'm not afraid of like what people perceive me as because I know I can kick ass. I'm very confident in my ability and who I am as a man. I think oftentimes pro wrestlers can get stuck trying to fit their image that people see them as on TV, whereas I've never given a shit about. I'm like, I'll throw that in your face all day long, and then you're going to still believe when I'm out there. I think that's the best. But so I don't know, man, on the similarities. I honestly, I don't know. Bray Wyatt's the man. Shout out to Fandango too. I saw WWE made some releases. That guy, man, and I haven't talked to him in a bit. We text here and there. Very smart guy, and it makes me sad, but I'm happy for him because I think his life is gonna be much better. But it's always sad because what happens is a lot of us, you guys don't understand, come up from developmental together, and you spend a lot of time like when guys coming into the wrestling business and they and then you go up together and you all start making some money together and traveling the world together and you have some cool experiences. And a lot of the guys in my time are starting to be let go. And it happens. It's happened with every generation. It's going to continue to happen. Eventually everyone will be gone. And, it's like the Taker deal with Shawn and Hunter, the end of a era deal. Like that is a real thing, like with guys and generations of talent coming in together and then it cycles out. And it makes me mad though. The pay scale, like a lot of the guys work for a lot less for many years and then start making some decent money and then they let them go. I don't like that. And he's very talented, man. And that guy can go. That guy can play any role. If you want to put the title on him, the main title, you can, and he would carry it. That guy can go. He just plays any role that he's a great physical actor, a great athlete, and I'm hoping he's smart too. Smart guy with his money. A lot of he's great, man. He's such a handyman's not the word, but it is the word. But like doing the renovations on the houses and flipping houses and properties, that guy is a wizard, man. If you ever follow his Instagram and see, so financially, I know he's going to be great. I just I know it's going to be sad not being around the guys. I think that's always the toughest part for pro wrestlers, and I know it was for me when you like they get along. I got along with pretty much everyone, laughing, and you're all going through the same stuff together, pretty much, even though you have all your individual stuff going on. But that's always the weird part. Like when you leave that wrestling bubble, you don't talk to the guys nearly as much. You'll talk to some, but everyone kind of, it's a weird thing. It's like when I really equate it to getting, it's like either you get released from Shawshank or you leave on your own. And then you don't talk to the inmates anymore. And you do to some, but it's different. Like guys you might talk to every day that you see, you're not that close where you text all the time, and then years go by and it just is what it is. So you hear it time and time again from every generation. But the guys you do see and talk to, it's like you never missed a beat. Like I told you, I called Armando Estrada a couple weeks ago, and we talked, was it 2-3 weeks ago, and we talked for 3.5 hours. I just randomly called him driving. I'm going to call Armando, see if he picks up, answers my call, and he did. He said he debated it for a bit. Took up 3.5 hours of his day. That made me feel great. But it was a good time. We were bullshitting the whole time. Super chat. Thank you, Jake. Good to see you again, buddy. Hope you're having a great day and have a good weekend ahead of you. Yeah, I just talked about the WWE releases literally right now. Let's see. I stopped playing what did I stop playing games and streaming on Twitch? Well, I streamed this show on Twitch. So I see the questions from Twitch. So I just don't, the video games don't serve me. I don't have time for them. I honestly, and I quite frankly, guys, I think it's a waste of time. I think even for kids, I think it's, unless, and I know there's kids that make a lot of money doing it and stuff, but it's just not my thing. I can't say that's not their thing, because if you enjoy something, you enjoy something. I like doing what I'm doing and living in the real world as much as possible. Where did I come up with the stupid head tap thing? I think I just planned it out before with one of the guys. I told him when I was wrestling the local, I'm always looking for ways to find stuff to try to see what gets over, and with catchphrases and things that I think that naturally, and trying to do it naturally when you're out there. And that was planned. I'm almost 100% certain. The guy, I just said, do something and I'm going to go stupid. And he knew it. And I could tell by the reaction, it always got a good reaction. And I probably should have done it even a little more. No, so I'm not against collaborating with certain things. I'm not a fan of the wrestling. The people you mentioned are not good people, man. I'm telling you that as a fact. They've spread lies, and that other guy's a joke, man. I just have no time for it. It's disheartening because there's no reason, man. They've contributed to the hate that I get, and I don't like that, and I can't condone it. I'm not going to go, yeah, thank you for writing all the fake things you've written about me with your fake BS opinions on stuff you know nothing about. All they care about is the views, man, and they'll do it at anyone's expense. And that guy's going to have a conversation waiting for him when I see him. Let's see here. Yeah, very cool on the t-shirt deal. Orange Cassidy versus Ryback, make it happen. That would be a very interesting, very, very interesting matchup. I like Orange Cassidy a lot. Yeah, I don't know about the workout stuff I've talked about. I don't like doing I think the workout stuff you're going to see is just clips on social media. I'm not big on recording my workouts and wait. I'm so focused. I think I just don't. The recording the workouts are such, with how busy I am, guys. It's a stress I don't need in my life. It's just not. And my training, I'm not, until my shoulder's 100%. I'm just not. You'll get little clips here and there. I can't deal with it. The videographers, and then just dealing with those people and the hours and like the stress of setting that stuff up, man, I go, and I just don't have time. And you can't get good workouts when you do that. I never have. I've never gotten a great workout outside of maybe a couple of them doing it with Nick, where his son was recording, which was better because it wasn't my guy. Like, but it's even that though, you're doing stuff and it just takes up. Remember, work out. I'd need to work out and come home and work, and I'd be there for like 6 or 7 hours. I'm like, shit, I can't be doing this. I'm stressed. I was so stressed the rest of the day trying to catch up late, didn't sleep as much. I'm like, that ruined my day. I don't need to be doing that. Super chat. Hey, Vanilla Gorilla, any Brock Lesnar stories? None that we haven't talked about. Just he would routinely use my workout bands. We always had pleasant conversations. I've talked about where he sat down next to me in catering in Pittsburgh and told me I needed to eat more vegetables and salad. I had a big plate of meat at the time, meat on the table. Can't make this stuff up. We talked about our chewing tobacco and that horrible, disgusting habit I haven't done in many, probably going on, what are we going on, over 6-7 years now? Other than that, yeah, there was the one I was sitting in the bleachers doing my hand grips, and we both just debuted, and we were both like weeks of being back and being up there. And I don't think he'd met me yet. And he saw me sitting in the stands with the hand grips, and him and Hunter and Vince are in the ring during rehearsals. And they all three just turn and start staring at me, and they're having a conversation. And I'm just sitting I'm literally in the bleachers, staring back at them doing my hand grips. And then I'd stop, I'd rest for a second. They're still, this went on for 10, 15 minutes. It was way lengthier than it should have been, to where it was almost, I was like, is this a rib to try to make me feel uncomfortable? Because I could do this all day long. Got my hand grips. I'm happy. Got a dip in at the time. I was like, I didn't want to go down to the ring because I didn't want to take the dip. I never would have dip in when I went to Vince, because I think he was a weirdo with that. And he'd judge you, you're weak, which you are though if you do that for that time. But it's addicting. That period, the stress, it was such a stress relief, but it's so horrible for you. And but Sean, I remember Sean Mike. I thought I dipped a lot. I saw Sean had a dip in one day there. Talk about it. He doesn't dip anymore, I don't think either. But I was like, Jesus. Yeah, that's about it though with Brock. And then I know. And then too, that was the fake story about Brock giving me a black eye. To this day, and that was when the games had started with WWE. I think they were just trying to get things that would kind of turn people against me. Like, oh, Ryback's a little bitch, big pussy. Brock Lesnar knocked him out. I'm like, okay, that literally never happened. Me and Brock get along. I got punched in my eye on pay-per-view before him by Donnie Marlowe, Camacho. What world are we living in here? And I'm like, where does this stuff even get made up at? But that's the wrestling world and the bullshit that you deal with in those fake sites and all the corrupt people in that game and that side that work over there that just put out fake stories. That's why the key is just staying away from all of it, living your life, and let the people deal with all the bullshit. Super chat, Christian White. I was a John fan, but you deserve to be champ. I was champ. I was Intercontinental champion. I played every role to the best of my ability, man, but thank you. Thank you. Greetings from Mexico. Hola, amigo. Yeah, I don't like that comment. That's mean to Lars. Let's see. What do we got going on? Yeah, this is a good. I can't believe the amount of hate you get, man. Punk, Cornette, Mark Henry, and others, all of themselves to blame. This is why I love Mox. He honestly turned a massive section back on your side. I don't know what did Moxley say. I don't understand. When is he? Did he go like on a? I haven't. I know he was doing Renee's show for her for 1 week because I know oral sessions. Ugh. I know he did. He does the Ryback impersonation. But like me and Mox have always got along. I get along great with everybody. The Mark Henry stuff, Mark, I believe, is paid by them. I wouldn't be shocked if they paid Mark to go to AEW. Like the WWE, like this, nothing shocks me with how low they will go. The guy, I wish him the best. He's not going to have any, he's not going to have any influence on my career and what I do whatsoever. I fucking promise you that. And I would like to see him try because it's not going to happen. I wish him the best. I'm happy he works there. He's going to do his thing, and then we'll see what happens. And but straight up 100% lies. And I believe he was paid to do that. I really, really do. He never called me. He's a bullshit liar on that. Never once. That month, man, it's over with. Just let it go. The other guys, Karma got Punk and Cornette. Man, that guy talks bad about everybody. So who cares? But I would like to know what Moxley said. That was very sweet of him. Let's see, what else do we got going on? Yeah, I don't get caught up about all the gossip too in the wrestling guys. Stay away from that, guys. It's just not worth it. I'd rather talk and try to help people with stuff. Yeah, I tell you, don't distract yourselves too much, guys, with the pro wrestling stuff. Watch the product and enjoy it. Every second you spend worrying about what other people are doing on their lives, if you're not getting something positive from that, that's going to help motivate you and inspire you to be better for yourself. It's really, really you want to limit that as much as possible. Yes, my legal name is Ryback Reeves. I am the owner of the trademarks The Big Guy, Feed Me More, Feed Me More also in nutrition and dietary supplements, along with many trademarks for the supplements in the dietary supplement class. And then the Ryback trademark, right now we are under the deal with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And that is scheduled to be finished, if I'm not mistaken, around January / February of 2022. So right around the corner. We're on the final stages of it. And they're losing. They've been caught lying multiple times to the USPTO, which is not good. And we've already given the facts, and like they still tried to lie past being caught lying. So that's why things have kind of been escalated, I feel, on my social media stuff and what they're doing. And they know I'm coming back. And it is what it is. I'm not going to let it stop me. And I'm going to be, I know there's, unless they pay or did something very shady and are able to do something underhanded, that Ryback trademark is being awarded to me because I own all other aspects of the character. I am Ryback, and I've used Ryback since I've left, and from wrestling to from online to everything that I do. I am Ryback. You can't argue that. They have not used it for anything. Brand new since I left. And that's a good thing. And I'm going to be awarded it. And I don't care what people think. And I think it's going to open the doors for more guys down the road, which AEW is already allowing guys to have their stuff. And I think that's the way it should be. It's the talent that does the work and gets the character over and that plays the role. And or there should be a mutual splitting of things, and where they're able to use it for their things. But specifically, like I created this before I was there, and then there's a lot of stuff people aren't aware of from a legal standpoint of behind the scenes things that took place that were very illegal and corrupt on their part, and that information has been relayed to the USPTO, and it does not look good for them. And it's just me just simply presenting facts. So that's why I laugh when people have an opinion saying like this, oh, they created that for you. I've literally created every aspect of the character. So, and I am the person. And it was a name that I tried to get and had inquired about legally changing even prior to there. But with the fees and attorney fees and things like not having any money prior, or not a lot of money with that, it wasn't a feasible thing. But it was, it means a lot to me. It's my entire brand. So it's, and that's why they're doing what they're doing to me, is because I'm the only wrestler that has beaten them every step of the way. But they've suppressed my social media, so good for them. But it's going to come back. Karma's a bitch. I promise you. I've always been protected, and I always will be. Rock is the man, man. I appreciate you even mentioning me along with him. Rock is as cool as it gets. All right, guys. We're going to wrap up. Mox mentioned that the no-selling thing from Punk, and immediately said, no, Ryback's a sweetheart. The fan channels and news. Let's see. The fan channels and news sheets picked up on this, and your name was cleared quite a bit. Oh, back in 2019. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I got along with everybody on that. So we talked about that, I think, the other day on the other show. Was it 2 days ago? But I think if you meet me and know me, you guys instantly, a lot of the things that's why I do this content, so you can get a feel for me and understand. I think my sarcastic sense of humor is ignored on purpose by a portion, or looked at as like, people just don't get it, man. And buddy, take it easy. No spamming in the 550, but no spamming. You're out of here now. I just don't like bad people, man. And I try to evolve myself and not let myself go to that frequency ever. But I'm a big believer that you can't let hate and people try with real bad intentions. You can't just let them have free reign on stuff. Like I've said, if you go back and look throughout the history of time for people and what humans have done, and I've given different examples at times, and this isn't me giving examples of comparison to me, but you look at the one guy, Jesus Christ, who's the most beloved guy overall, the most well-known person from the past that did so much good. We literally tortured him and killed him. That's the world for you. And now we praise him and worship him. We fucking killed him. Humans killed him. Right? People are, man, pieces of shit. You can't let the pieces of shit run things. There's evil on this planet, and it's unfortunate that there is. And I'm just a big believer, based off history and things, you can't let them have control ever. You got to shut it down, block them, modern day, block them, and just do the best to keep doing our thing, working on our goals and driving forward. Because there's people that are suffered and they're miserable, and they want to see it. They don't want to see people make it. They don't want to see people have success. They don't want to see people happy. And that's why you just do our thing. We focus on our goals, help people form great relationships, and just be the best we can be, and smash that shit when we see it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up this week's show. And I got to get a few more things done here. But I appreciate you watching and listening as always. Feed Me More Nutrition. It'll be in the description and the comments. You can save 20% at all times just listening to this show with discount code Ryback20 on feedmemore.com. We got to sign up for our email and text message programs. We give you big discounts on those as well. And we have our spin and win wheel where you can get huge discounts and free prizes just for spinning the wheel, all free on that. And check out our blog content, great blog content as well on feedmemore.com with all of that, guys. And with that, have a great weekend. Be safe. Stay hungry. Feed me more.